We're going to let it be messy. We're going to let it be what it is, show up in all the ways that we are able to this evening, and let it be absolutely good enough. So we'll find ourselves in my favorite place on our backs with our knees bent. Let's keep the towel or the blanket close by, and then you'll want it folded not too high. So you can see I don't have a ton of thick cushion here. We're using this more for sensory feedback than anything else tonight. So, and then I have my strap with an arm's reach. We'll start our practice by once more checking in with the body. We begin every practice with this check-in, allowing your mind's awareness to travel down into your physical form, and it can help to let your gaze soften or go fuzzy, maybe even close your eyes here. You can absolutely do this practice in bed, but we'll want to remove any pillows that might be beneath our head so that we can lie fairly flat. And then with your gaze softened or your eyes closed, let your mind become aware of your natural breath in your body. As you lie here, observe the sensations of your natural inhale and exhale. No need to change a thing. Just notice how the belly or the chest rise as you draw breath in. Notice what softens and relaxes towards the earth as you exhale. There's so much happening in our body, even in stillness. You might even notice the coolness of the air as you breathe it in through your nostrils or mouth. The warmth of your breath as you release it from your body, that air now transformed. If this is all we do for the next 30 minutes, this is an incredible mind-body practice. Observing the natural breath, the effortless breath in your body. As you lie here, release any effort in the jaw. Let the tongue soften in your mouth. Let your shoulders relax, those shoulder blades really sinking down into the mat, followed by the backs of your arms. Your palms lay wherever they do. But notice, do you feel any sensation, temperature, or texture in your palms or fingers without moving them? And then allow your awareness to travel down the body into the belly. You might notice how it gently rises and falls with the breath. On your next exhale, can you soften through the belly, the hips, and the low back? Allowing the body to be fully supported by the earth or the mattress. Giving way completely, knowing that the letting go, the giving in, the releasing is every bit as powerful and potent as the showing up, as the effort that we put in. All right. From here, we're going to do some double inhales, and this has countless health benefits. But it's also an ancient pranayama breathwork technique, and it's as simple as this. You're going to take a natural inhale into the body, and then pause for a moment at the top of your breath, and then take another inhale, this time filling the body cavity all the way. Hold the breath at the top, and then release it all the way from the body, every drop, before once more taking that natural inhale in, holding the breath, and then inhaling in everything you can fit in your lungs, in your belly, before releasing it from the body all the way. So at your own pace, you might play with that double inhale and that big, full exhale. This is a big signal to our amygdala that we're safe. This reduces cortisol in the body, our stress hormone. And just a double inhale. Wild how something so simple can lower your blood pressure, can reduce stress and tension, and increase interoception, which is our mind's relationship with our body. Beautiful. Whenever you're ready, you might come back to your natural breath. And then we'll find a little movement. We're going to press through the pads of the feet. So we press down into our feet. And as you do, notice how the tailbone starts to curl up towards the ceiling. And you're only going to press down as far as you need to really feel the low back lengthen and the tailbone curl up. So I'm not lifting my hips. I'm not engaging my glutes. I'm really pressing through the feet and just inviting that tailbone to curl up, finding all this space in the low back. We're going to let sensation build as we press down to the pads of the feet. Notice where it builds. Maybe it's in the front of the thighs, maybe the outsides of the hips, or the backs of the legs. There's no right or wrong answer. There's your answer. And noticing what you are actually experiencing in your body is way more powerful for your mind than trying to experience whatever the teacher is directing you to. On an exhale, release all effort in the pelvis and the legs. Let the low back settle back down on the earth and just release any effort from the pelvis. We might give the legs a little wag to the left and the right, just a little one, just encouraging the pelvis, the low back, the low belly to soften and relax before once more pressing through the pads of the feet, feeling the tailbone curl up, the low back lengthen. This time as we hold, we're going to press the back of our neck down into the floor. And as you do this, you might notice your chin naturally tucking towards your heart. Let it. Press down through the back of the neck. Feel the neck lengthen here. This is a version of cat laying down. This is also a deep somatic release of the front body. Here's what we're going to do. We're holding this, pressing through the back of the neck, pressing through the pads of the feet. We're going to release this effort, but we're going to do it slow. We're going to do it over 3 breath cycles. So when you're ready, start to release nice and slow. An inhale and an exhale. 3 or so times. Releasing down into the mat. So on that third exhale, you've let go of any effort in the neck, any effort in the legs, any effort in the body, and just note sensation. Occasionally there's an ache, maybe a warmth, a buzzing, a floating. It's important that we learn how to identify the sensations we feel with words, and you can get really specific, right? Maybe there's a grating or a buzzing, who knows, a tingle. And then let's once more press to the pads of the feet, curl the tailbone up, press to the back of the neck. Breathe into the belly as you do this, holding that effort. When we're doing complicated things, needing to concentrate, or we're putting in a lot of effort, we tend to hold or shallow our breath. So can you counteract that habit here and find deep, slow breaths while you put in this effort? And then when you're ready, over about 3 cycles of breath, we'll start to release the hips and the neck, eventually finding effortlessness through the whole of the body. The shoulders relax, your thighs and glutes relax. Wonderful. This is a somatic release that trains the front line of the body to relax. If you were in class this morning, we did a lot of stretching to open up the front body and a lot of strengthening of the back body to open up the front body. But what we're doing here is somatics, and somatics uses deep, deep mind awareness to do similar things with much less effort and sometimes a much greater impact. So that's why we combine the two. All right, let's find a twist and then let's do some joint stabilization. So from here, let's come into happy baby. And this might be where you grab your strap. For happy baby, we're going to draw our knees out towards our armpits. So on the outsides of our body, leaving plenty of room for the belly here. For grabbing a strap, you're going to place it over the pad of the foot. We're going to spread the feet out wide and then pull the strap down towards the body. So here's happy baby. You might also instead grab the ankles or the calves. You might just grab the backs of the thighs. Some folks like to walk it all the way up to the big toes or the outsides of the feet. But from here, find a gentle rock to the left and the right if you like. This is a wonderful low back massage. This also further lengthens the low back. So wherever we are, a gentle rock. Beautiful. And then if you're holding on to the leg, the big toe, or the strap, we're going to keep this left knee bent up towards the armpit. We're going to release the right leg long, press through the heel, lower the heel on down. So maybe you've got the strap, maybe you've got the outside of the thigh. This gets a little more difficult with that leg lengthened, but we'll hang out here for a moment. And then let's switch sides by first drawing this right knee up, slide the heel towards the body, invite it back up. You might put it back in your strap. And then hold the right side, lengthen that left leg, press through the heel, flex the toes towards the heart, lower that leg down. Beautiful. This is also known as half happy baby. I feel like half happy baby can be rather complicated. This is more effortful than half. All right. Relax that right hip. Soften into that joint. Beautiful. Let's release the right leg down. We're going to take a bend in both knees once more. Plant the pads of both feet. Grab your blanket or your towel. We're going to place it up underneath this left thigh. And then I'm going to keep the pad of my right foot on the mat. I'm going to lengthen my left leg long. I'm pressing through the heel, lowering the heel on down. And I want to feel the blanket only beneath the thigh. So if you can feel it underneath your knee, you might pull it up away from the knee. It's just the back of the thigh that we want resting on that blanket, and we're using it for some sensory feedback. So the first thing we're going to do is release the hip socket. And we do this by shaking the legs out, letting the toes hang loose. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. I'm going to scoot up just a little bit so you can see my toes here. And then just let that leg rest in stillness. Beautiful. From here, turn the toes of that left foot up towards the ceiling. Press through the heel. Flex the toes towards the body. Notice as you do this, does the front of the leg engage? right? Or the top of the leg, excuse me, engage here, pressing through the heel. And then I want you to start to press the whole of the leg down into the earth. So down into that blanket or that towel. We're still pressing through the heel, flexing the toes towards the body, engaging in the whole of the leg, but now we're also pressing it down into the earth. And notice as you press it down, does the sensation here in the front of this left hip, does it increase, right? We're using the hip flexors more rigorously here. We're building strength. You might even feel it in the outside of the hip. Actively pressing down, holding, just like we were earlier, that pressure, feeling sensation build all along that left leg. And as you press down, can you release in the upper body? Can we engage only that left leg in this process? Can you let the shoulders relax, the chest relax, maybe even the solar plexus here, find some ease, and then release any effort in that leg, shake it out. Imagine the pelvis relaxing, the low belly finding ease here. You might even give it a real good shake. Feel it all the way up into the torso, and then let the legs soften towards stillness. Once more, press through that left heel, flex the toes towards the body, engage the whole of the leg, and then press it directly down into the earth. Breathe into the body, full belly breaths, right? We don't want to shallow our breath here just because we're learning something new, exerting effort, continuing to breathe. And then keeping the leg flexed, keeping this sensation here in the hip joint, in the hip flexor engaged, right? So we're just engaging from the hip all the way down through the heel. We're going to start to lift the foot. So we're no longer pressing it down into the earth. We're slowly lifting it. And over about 3 cycles of breath, we're going to lift it 6 to 8 inches up off the mat and hold it. Press through the heel, flex the toes. We're engaging from this hip socket all the way to the heel while breathing and softening through the upper body. And then when you're ready, we're going to lower it nice and slow. And then once that heel touches down, shake the leg out. What we're doing here is we're retraining the brain and the body, and we're teaching our body how to move with more efficiency. And when it moves, how to engage so that we're protecting these joints. And we're doing that all while we're building strength. It's really cool. It feels very simple, almost effortless at some times, but it's a really incredible practice. So bending that left leg, let's switch sides. Place that blanket underneath the right thigh. It won't be quite as easy for y'all to see on this side, but we'll get through it. And then resting the leg atop the blanket, shake it out. Maybe you even let that shake get big, shake the body, shake the hips. We're letting it all go here, right? The release is every bit as important as the effort of engaging the leg. And then when you're ready, press through the heel of that right foot, flex the toes towards the heart. We're going to engage the whole front, the whole top of this right leg, all the way up into that hip. Really feel it. And then as you do, start to press the whole of the leg down into the earth. We're really focusing on pressing the back of that right thigh down into the blanket or towel beneath it. Can we soften everywhere our body isn't needed? Our body, everywhere our effort isn't needed. Our body is needed, all of it, to be here. All right, when you're ready, release any effort in that right leg. Let it soften, shake it out. Shake it out, however feels good to you. Enjoy that release. Let it be as important. Let it take up as much space as the engagement of those muscles. All right, softening that leg towards stillness. Once more, we'll press through the leg or press through the heel, flex the toes towards the heart, engage the whole of the leg, and then press from heel to hip or heel to booty cheek all the way down. And we're holding. Maybe the body starts to shake. Let it. And then when you're ready, you might begin to lift that right leg up off the mat. Ever so slowly, right? We're taking those 3 cycles of breath to lift it 6 or 8 inches. The slower we go, the faster the brain learns, the faster we rewire those neural pathways. And then we're going to lower that leg back on down. Once the heel touches down, soften every bit, shake the leg out. Shake it out. Let it go, let it go. And then one last time, press through the heel. Engage the leg, pressing it down into the earth, and then keeping the whole of this engagement, right? Feel how much more strength and how much more engaged it is as you press it down. Keeping that whole engagement, start to lift the leg up. Remember, we're taking a few breaths to do it. Slower, the better. And then hold and breathe and be. We'll lower that right leg down nice and slow. Once more, we shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. And then we're going to bend the right knee, plant the pad of that foot. And then let's do the arms. We're going to do them at the same time. So we're going to sweep the arms up into a Y shape. And you can also do this if we're protecting the rotator cuffs in a T. But a Y is the most effective for the rewiring of this neural pathways. And to engage the arms, first we're going to make fists. We're going to feel the forearms engage. We're going to feel the biceps engage here. We're going to engage through the shoulders, right? Those deltoids. And then once engaged, we're going to press both arms down into the earth. We don't need the towel for sensory feedback here, just because our arms don't require the same support. So we're pressing and holding, we're letting the body shake where it does, but then notice, can you relax through the hips? Can you relax through the thighs while you continue to engage, pressing the arms down? It's sort of like a mind game, right? Can you continue to breathe into the body? And then when you're ready, release all effort in the arms, let the shoulders melt, let everything relax, become jello. Become ice cream melting in the sun. If you like, you might shake the arms out, but for the arms, it can feel nice to just let them float in euphoria. Before once more making those fists, squeezing, engaging the biceps, the shoulders, and then pressing both arms directly down into the earth, breathing into the belly, softening everywhere it makes sense while you continue to press the arms down. And then if you would like, keeping this engagement from shoulder socket to fingertip, we're going to lift both arms over 3 cycles of breath, about 6 inches up off the ground. So slow. And then hold and stay engaged. Shake where it shakes. Let it be, let it be. Can you soften once more through the glutes, the low belly? And then as you feel led, lower those arms slowly back down to the earth. All right, last time. Y'all are going to feel this tomorrow and probably not love me, but I'm just kidding. Make your fists engage from fingertips to shoulder blades, and then press down into the earth. Soften through the jaw and the face. Breathe into the body. We can do this. You can do this. We are capable of incredible things. And then when you're ready, keeping that engagement, lift the arms slowly, inch by inch. Somatics is a practice where slowness wins every time. And then hold. And you soften the jaw and the tongue once more. before lowering those arms slowly down towards the earth. Once they touch down, melt through the entire upper body. I love imagining that I am ice cream in the sun because you just get softer and softer with time. Let each exhale release the body down a little further. Let go of a little more. All right, let's find some deep, relaxing twists. So you'll slowly sweep your arms down by your sides. Ooh, let it be slow. And then here, option to keep the feet planted on the earth if you would like, or to draw them up into the chest. You can also use the strap behind your thighs for this. And then from wherever you are, we're going to bring the knees and the calves together. From here, we're going to let both knees rotate over towards the left. And maybe they touch down. Maybe you grab your towel, your blanket, and place it up underneath this left thigh and knee just for some support. So you decide. And then we're going to take this right arm and we're going to extend it up overhead, palm up. And then we're just going to soften like ice cream. Each exhale, releasing more of the body, the arms, the shoulders, the low back and the hips. Sometimes it can feel nice to take this twist a little deeper in the lower portion of your spine. And if that's the case, you're going to keep your inner thighs where they are, right, together. Keep the knees pinned together. You're just going to extend the top leg. So the right leg extends long. We're just lengthening through the knee. And then point the toe. And as you do this, you might notice extending that leg increases the rotation in the low spine of this twist. And so you might soften into it. You can get a few low back pops sometimes. When you're ready, bend that knee. We're going to roll onto our backs. And then find this on the other side, but take your time. So if you had the knees in towards the chest last time, let's do that. If the knees are planted, beautiful. We'll let both knees fall over towards the right. And then the cool part about this twist, let's take our left arm, let's sweep it up overhead, palm up, and just let that left shoulder blade release down. The cool part about this twist is the further your knees are away from your body, the lower the twist is in your spine. And so I'm going to talk, but you can remain in your twist. So when you do this twist with your feet planted and let the knees fall over, you're experiencing this twist in the low back. However, if you want to bring this twist up into the low mid back, all you're going to do is sweep your knees up towards your body like this. And this brings the twist all the way up here. Now I feel it in the back of my rib cage. And so you might just experiment with that, sliding the knees away or sliding them closer to the torso. And then hang out in your twist where you want to. As you soften and release, if the feet slide, if the body shifts, just let it. If you want to extend that top leg, you might do so now, keeping the inner thigh and the knees pinned. Enjoying maybe a more intense range of motion there in the low spine. Letting go of any effort in the face and the neck. The more we give way to these postures, the more effective they are on the muscles, the fascia. And my goodness, our fascia needs this stretching and thinning that happens here. When you're ready, we'll roll back onto our backs. And then let's do this. We're going to heel toe our feet out nice and wide. Nice and wide. And then when you've heel toed them about as wide as they go, let's do some windshield wipers. So letting the knees fall to one side, rise up, fall to the other. And maybe you move with the breath, inhaling as the knees rise, exhaling as they fall. You're coming up onto the blade edges of your feet if that feels good. Just taking it nice and slow. Beautiful. Once your knees track upwards, we'll remain still. Heel toe the feet once more about mat width apart. And then we're just gonna, once I find my strap, we're gonna invite the knees out up towards the armpits or in towards the chest one last time before we take a minute in final Shavasana. And the reason that we'll do this is just releasing any excess energy. And if you don't have a strap and it doesn't feel good to keep the legs up here, don't worry. You can do this from keeping the feet on the ground as well. It's just not as intense of a sensation. So if you would like, bend the knees up in towards the chest or out towards the armpits. We'll grab the back of the thigh. So this isn't happy baby. We're not reaching for the feet. And we're just going to hold like this. Feeling the low back lengthen here, right? We found all this length in the lumbar vertebra. And then on an exhale, you're just going to invite your forehead up. And we're not doing a crunch so much as we are just lengthening through the back of the head. You're even using your arm strength to hold yourself in this egg shape here. Breathe into the belly. We're going to hold this effort. And then on an exhale, release the head down, the shoulders down. Beautiful. We're going to do this one more time. This is just a beautiful way to release pent-up energy from the body. So if we're looking to relax tonight, if we're looking to end this, maybe drifting off to sleep, this is such an incredible way to do it. On an exhale, curl the forehead up. We're lifting the head up. We're lengthening through the back of the neck. And breathe. Pull the arms towards the body, right? Really help pull those knees up. We're engaging the arms. We're engaging the neck. We're breathing into the belly here. We're letting sensation build. Yeah, maybe it sucks a little bit. Maybe we're shaking. And then on an exhale, we're going to take 3 rounds of breath to lower now both the feet and the back of the head towards the earth. So we're going to release the thighs. Nice and slow. Shake wherever you shake. Lowering the feet and the head on down towards the earth. Once they touch down, lengthen both legs out. Spread the arms out wide if that feels good. And release the whole of your body into the earth. Let go of any effort in the belly. Let it soften and fall. Feel the back side of your body pressed down. Can you soften and relax those portions of your body that are supported by the mat or mattress beneath you? Can you let the back of the head soften along with the neck, the shoulders and the shoulder blades? Relaxing through the length of each arm all the way down to the fingertips. And then letting that ease trickle down to the heart, the belly. Can we soften through the low belly, the hips, the thighs? Can we let go of any effort in the knees and the calves? Let the ankles and the toes find rest here. And you might hang out here and just be. But if the mind starts to wander, you might come back to that gentle double inhale and that long, juicy exhale. With each exhale, can you soften through the face, the neck, and the tongue? Can you melt through the whole of the body? This might be where you choose to end your practice. Maybe you sign off and your Shavasana turns into sleep. You'd like to stick around and reawaken your physical form. You might begin to do so by taking an exaggerated inhale into the body, filling the lungs and the belly all the way before letting it go, feeling the body soften. As we find these deep breaths, you might invite a little movement into the fingers, feeling the pad of the thumb brush against the pads of your fingers. Maybe you give a gentle curling and stretching of the toes on your feet. And then as you feel led, inviting that movement up into the wrists, the ankles, the arms, and the legs. We'll practice pandiculation, just this natural stretching and exploring that we do when we wake up from a nap. And then if you would like, might press the arms overhead, press down through the toes, find all of this length in the body, all of this effort. And then one last time, release all effort. Let it go, let it go. We melt, and we be. From here, you might take a bend in the knees. You might roll over onto your side body, supporting the head with your arm or maybe your blanket. And then when it feels right, you might press yourself up into seated, or you might not. You can end on your side, however you want to be. From wherever you are, you might place a hand on your heart or both hands over the heart. And just take a moment to say thank you to yourself for giving yourself this gift, this time. If it's weird to thank yourself, you might thank your body and your mind separately for allowing you to show up. Thank you for practicing with me tonight. Light in the dark in me, see the light in the dark in you. We're the same, and this practice belongs to us all.